accidentally discovered she was really good at the Olympic sport skeleton, but how do other people get into this sport? The long and short of it is, they're looking for people who are fast. The sport of skeleton is made up of two components, the sprint at the beginning and then the driving down the rest of the track. And oftentimes this means they have recruited college sprinters. But again, sprinting is only half the battle. If you can push the sled really fast, that's amazing, but then once you're on it, you have to learn how to drive and negotiate down the rest of the ice track. And that takes a high sense of body awareness that not all sprinters have. My sister has a background as a swimmer, as a dancer, as a pole vaulter, so she has a really high level of body awareness, which has really helped her to distinguish herself while she's driving down the track. Oftentimes the first step that the athletes participate in before they get on the track is a lot of visualization. So there are videos that have first person point of views going down this track, and the athletes will watch them time and time and time again so that they innately know what the track looks like. Because when they're going down the track, they're not supposed to be looking up and looking where they're going, because their head is supposed to be neutral to where the ice is, and they're only looking up with their eyes. So watching these POV videos over and over is the only way you can really get to know the track, because let me tell you from experience, it is disorienting being in those curves. Another thing that I thought was super interesting is they don't start you from the top of the track and just send you down. That would be way too dangerous. So they start you towards the bottom of the track, let you do a couple of curves, and once you feel confident there, they move you up and up and up incrementally. So when Grace first started skeleton, it took her like 2.5 months to finally work her way up to the top of the track where they felt comfortable sending her down, starting from the run. And also, to put this in perspective for you, these athletes are finishing the entire run of the track in less than a minute. Because it takes these athletes such a short time to make it down on the ice, it takes years to build up the amount of ice time and skill to really become a professional at this. That's why, unlike a lot of other sports, skeleton athletes tend to be a little bit older. And another thing they have to take into high consideration is the G-force pressure on their head and neck while they're going down the track. This is another thing that limits the amount of runs that they can do for each practice. On average, Gracie is only doing 2 or 3 runs per practice because otherwise the strain on her body would just be too much. There are a million other things that are really interesting quirks about this sport that we've collectively been learning since Gracie has been a participant. So if you're looking to get into doing an Olympic sport and are fast and have great body awareness, maybe skeleton is for you. It was for my sister and we had no idea until she tried.